Most founders sound exactly like the competition. If you want to be competitive in a crowded market, you can't just be better, you have to be different. I'm your host, Cameron Olds.
And I'm Dallin Merrill, and we're here to talk about how you can avoid being mistaken for your competition, differentiate your brand, and ultimately create a lasting competitive advantage for yourself in the market.
Welcome to Differentiate or Die. This episode of Differentiate or Die is brought to you by MessageOS. And by brought to you by, we mean written by.
If your team describes your product 10 different ways, your product is no longer differentiated. It's confusing, and so are your customers.
MessageOS helps big teams keep every sales deck, social caption, and support reply on message and on brand.
Clear, consistent, differentiated. Every time someone talks about you.
See how it works at protagonistcomms.co. Do you or Brenna, your wife, do you guys use health wearables, like Apple Watches or something?
Brenna wears an Apple Watch, yeah.
Does she?
Yeah.
Does she like track her health and stuff with it?
Yeah. I don't think like super detailed, but she definitely, I think the thing that most people do is steps. Like everybody tracks steps for some reason.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more health things that you can track with it, but I don't think Brenna does that very much.
Would you ever do it? Wear one?
No. No. I just don't like being connected so much to my phone.
Me too.
I just don't like that.
Wear them.
Yeah. I like the health aspect a lot, actually. I think that's a really cool benefit if I ever did get one. Also, I don't love the look of, like, I just kind of, like, automatically judge people that wear them. I'm like, oh, you're one of those people. Like, you always have to be connected to your phone, don't you?
Right, yeah.
And so, like, it's really dumb of me. It's so dumb of me. But, like, that's one of the reasons I probably would never get one, even though I really like the health things that come from it. Like, I would like to track how I'm doing healthily wise. Like, I think that's
not
cool.
Connected with anything else.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But so, like, if I got one, that's what I would do. I'd disable texting. I'd disable all of those things and then just have it for the health. And I would like music, too. Like, I would use it for my music, I think.
I think you might find these two companies interesting today.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So do you know, okay, give me a shot in the dark. Do you know any other wearables other than like an Apple Watch?
Yeah. I mean, almost all technology companies have them. Feels like Samsung. I think the main one is like a main watch one would be Garmin. Like Garmin has ones, but they're specific. They do a good job differentiating. It feels like they are like adventure. Like, like if you want an adventure watch, dude, their watches are crazy. Like they've got maps on them. They've gone really hard into differentiating for outdoors.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a stroll outside of these big tech companies to smaller, nicher companies in this wearable space. Have you ever heard...
Are we talking AI wearables?
No.
Okay.
Although that would be an interesting episode because there's been some crazy stuff happening there.
Yeah.
But I know for sure you've heard of this one. Oura rings?
Oh, yes.
Aura? I'm not sure how you say it. Aura.
I don't know how you say it either. They're expensive.
So you've heard of them?
Yeah. I think they're cool. I think they're way cool, actually. Yeah.
Oura rings. And have you heard of a company called Whoop?
Nope.
Never heard of a company called... Okay, so Whoop and Oura today. That's what we're going to take a look at. I want to say Oura is a Utah company. I don't think so.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think it's like a European company.
Oh, for some reason I thought they were started in Utah. Maybe because I heard people making a big deal about it once upon a time. But let's start with
Finland.
The Oura ring. So automatically, just by virtue of comparing these two, I'll get to that. I'll get to that later. Let's just dive in right here. Go to auraring.com. This is what you get greeted with. Health is our love language. Celebrate Valentine's Day with Aura Ring 4, the perfect gift for a loved one or yourself. HSA, FSA eligible. So it's a promo, seasonal promo. But they have this giant picture of these 2 rings that look like Terminator rings because of all the tech that's inside of them. So let's go down, and then we get what would you say? They just commit the big sin of just going right to the marketplace.
Yeah,
I don't know. This
totally.
one isn't as bad. What do you think?
Oh, it's just as bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're
No
looking at
messaging.
no messaging. Aura Ring 4 from $349, and then Aura Ring 4 ceramic from $499. Just product images of the rings. Going on to the next section, Aura Ring membership gives your body a voice. Get your best sleep. Get the best sleep of your life. Don't just live longer, live healthier. Bring your fitness goals into focus. Listen to what your heart is telling you. Understand the ins and outs of women's health. So this is all what you and I would call like success language.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Tell me, I have a hard time gauging this one. Tell me what your thoughts are so far from the messaging and
Yeah. I feel like I'm having bad vibes from this because of what we talked about just before. It felt like that would have been such good messaging to be like, we're an alternative to a watch that gets text messages.
Ooh.
To this. Like that's exactly like, oh, maybe you hadn't thought of that, but that was like, I just feel like that would be such good messaging for our rings. Because like, what do they do that an Apple Watch can't? Probably nothing, right? Like,
Yeah.
an Apple Watch is going to give you all of these same metrics. So why would I go for a ring that, like, to me, the only difference between these two is I'm now free to not get text messages all the time and stuff like that. So like, why didn't you go for that type of messaging?
Yeah.
And yeah.
If we scroll down even more, we have another section that says form meets function, built for accuracy, designed for your everyday life. Comfortably wear Oura Ring all day and night to collect deeply personal health metrics and insights. Your finger provides the most accurate reading of over 20 biometrics that directly impact how you feel. So like sleep, steps, sickness. You'll be all right. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of different things that it measures: stress, heart rate, bedtime, wind down type of stuff. But like that might be that intrigued me. Your finger provides the most accurate reading of 20 biometrics. Like that could be to your point, but then that's what you're saying, forcing a comparison between a watch and a ring. Is you'd still be positioning yourselves as an alternative to like an Apple Watch or something like that, because the differentiator would be that like you get more accurate readings if you use your finger and not your wrist. You're muted, by the way.
Okay. I would totally be okay with that if they messaged that harder.
Yeah. It's super, super interesting. If we go down, they have it in the news section, and that's it on their website. Kind of sparse.
Wow, that's lame. Yeah.
Kind of sparse. Let's see what their Facebook says. Improve sleep, perform better, is what it says. All right. That's pretty much it.
Wow, that's so lame.
Yeah, and then but it's like, or like their post is saying, measuring their their HRV, heart rate variability, stress, sleep. Like I'm looking at these things and I automatically know that Apple Watch measures all that as well. Apple Watch measures all that too. So, yeah, it's just kind of a...
Oh, that's sad.
Let's go to their X account. Health is a beautiful thing, founded in Finland. Share your story. Okay, so it is Finland. You were right. health is a beautiful thing. Okay. I don't really get it. It's not clear.
No.
Like anyone could say
not
that.
at all.
Apple could say that with their Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's whatever. If we go to their
Oh,
Instagram,
that's so sad.
health is a beautiful thing. There you go.
Okay, here's what, like, and I know, like, their main thing on their website at the beginning was, like, all about Valentine's Day, which is great because Valentine's Day is coming up. Mm-hmm. Match that into your differentiated value somehow. Like, it's not that hard.
Right.
Right? When we talk about, oh, but it's so limiting, well, what are you doing now? Like, you're so vague.
Right.
Like, take that Valentine's messaging and be like, give to your loved one the gift of more time with you instead of their Apple Watch. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But, you know, like,
what struck out to me was this tagline that they have: health is a beautiful thing. If you are currently trying to create a tagline for your company, listen to this. Like, a tagline only matters and is valuable to you if you stick with it for decades. Example, Nike, just do it. Like, that's been their thing forever. Just do it. Like, just do it in and of itself, like, doesn't tell me what Nike is. Kind of like how health is a beautiful thing doesn't tell me what Oura is. But, like, because they've used it because Nike used Just Do It so often in so many different contexts across all of their channels, it's just embedded into the psyche, the cultural psyche. So, like, when someone says Just Do It, like, you know Nike, and you picture some kid, you know, some fat kid running down the street trying to get in shape, and it's just like, just do it, right? And so if you're going to do a tagline like Oura Ring here, health is a beautiful thing, you better be prepared to stick with it for a long time, because it takes a long time for anything to stick.
yeah.
Especially something that's not differentiated or clear, like health is a beautiful thing.
That's a great point, Cameron. Yeah. You got to be super, you got to really, really care about that tagline a lot.
Yeah. And say what you do in plain English, you know? Saying what you do in plain English is underrated. Marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Saying what you do in plain English in your marketing is so underrated. Everyone wants to be kitschy. Everyone wants to be cute. Like, we just watched a whole bunch of Super Bowl ads, and it's all about making people laugh at the expense of explaining the value your product provides. But
Yeah.
I feel like you and I talked about it in the Super Bowl commercial episode, just barely, where, yeah, they might remember that you were funny, but that's why they're talking about you, is you're funny, and the commercial was funny. They're not talking about you because you're Dollar Shave Club and you can get your razors mailed to you instead of having to go to the store and buy expensive Gillette, you know? Like, they're not talking about you because you're Netflix and I can watch all of my favorite movies from my TV instead of having to, you know, buy a whole bunch of DVDs and go to the movie theater, you know? So that's just the thing, is if you explain what you do in plain English, you just remove all doubt. Like, just you explain your value prop clearly so that people, when they do talk about you, they're talking about you for the right reasons, not just that you were funny.
Yeah, totally. Like, you want people, after you're done with your ad, to be like, oh, wow, I want to tell somebody else about this. Like, that's really cool. That's really cool what they do.
Yeah.
Like, Oura Rings, it is really cool what they do.
Yes.
I don't see that right now at all.
Yeah, and that just, so it brings me to this other question. And we've talked about this before with big brands that have earned and gained majority market share in big industries like Coke or like Nike. But can you ever assume that people don't know, what's the question? Can you ever assume that people know exactly who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I mean, yes. You're goldfish. Everybody knows what a goldfish is.
But you have to be big. You have to be huge.
That's it.
And
right?
been huge for a
Either
long
you-
time before you can ever safely rest on your laurels, right? Or would you say
a
no?
long time. Yeah. You have to do that for a long, long time. Like you have to be a really old company for that to be the case.
So if you're a smaller company that's punching up and you're trying to carve off a smaller slice of the market for yourself, you can't rely on people knowing who you are, what you do.
Yeah, no way.
Because
Yeah.
you're tiny, you're teeny tiny Tim. No one knows
Yeah.
you or gives a rat's about you because they've never heard of
Yeah.
you before, let alone do they
No.
know, they don't understand what you do.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah. And yes, it's yeah. People assume too much that people know who they are too quickly. They should just keep on saying it over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for Whoop?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. If you go to whoop.com, this is what you find. The wearable designed for lasting progress. Whoop combines 24/7 health signals with personalized coaching to help you improve how you sleep, train, and feel starting day one.
Okay.
And then the background is this animation video that just shows it's like 3D animations of the product itself. In the
So
napkin
wait,
spot.
go back up. One thing that like at first glance kind of points out at me is like personalized coaching. And like sleep, train, and feel. So like very specific for like almost athletes, kind of.
Right.
Is what this kind of sounds like to me.
Coaching,
So
sleep,
going
train,
after a
yeah.
different target audience.
Yeah, no, I dig that. I do dig that. I love that you pointed out that it's specificity, like being really specific. Immediately, turned you on to it, right? Like you were like, "Oh, I get that. I get this.
Yeah.
I know who this is for. It's for me."
I
You know,
don't
want
like
it.
the H1, honestly.
Right. The H2 is where
Like
all the
lasting
meat is, for
progress
sure.
is it's the tagline that you were just talking about that is confusing.
Yeah, I do dig that they called themselves a wearable, and not some
Yeah.
like stupid health tech with powered by AI. Like they were just like, we're a wearable.
Yeah.
We're a health wearable. That's all we are, and we're proud of
I-
it. So that's all we're gonna say.
I agree. I wish they would have been like the wearable designed for something,
Yeah, lasting progress. I'm not sure what lasting progress is. Like
Yeah.
what?
It's just
Progress
kinda
on
confusing.
homework, progress on
Yeah.
reports, progress on
Yeah.
building a company. Who knows?
Yeah.
Moving down, wear Whoop daily, improve your health. Great hero language. That's outcome. Daily Whoop wear is linked to 91 more minutes of weekly activity, 2.3 more hours of sleep per week, and over 10% higher HRV. Oh, what is that? Heart rate variability. That's cool. So cool success language. But Aura was also talking about all those different metrics: sleep, heart
True.
rate variability, activity.
I mean, it kind of tells me that like, hey, people that wear this are bound to become more active. Like if you get this, you become more active of a person, which is kind of silly.
Right.
But also at the same time, I could see that being a benefit.
If you go down, this looks exactly like what we saw in Aura. Get a complete picture of your
yeah.
health with 24/7
Which is
monitoring
fine.
across sleep, strain, stress, and heart health. Whoop gives you a complete view of your health so you can make smarter decisions every day. Yeah, quantify how your body's feeling, extend your prime for years to come, optimize sleep. Yeah, it's the same success language, which you're right is also fine. Like you can say success language isn't where you like make your bed in terms of differentiation.
Yeah.
Choose a membership, One Peak Life, cool. Backed by PhDs, worn by MVPs. It does look like MVPs, and then all of these pictures are of like what look like athletes. So Patrick Mahomes, Sha'Carri Richardson, Cristiano Ronaldo, Virgil van. Ooh, I'm not sure how to say his last name. Dijk.
Probably Dyke.
Dyke, yeah. could be a target audience deal. Built to be worn 24/7. Here it is for you. Built to be worn 24/7, 0 distractions, always on sensors, 14 plus day battery life, completely customizable. Interesting. Live in Lux. What are your thoughts so far?
I like it. Yeah. I don't think it's perfect, but I think they've done a decent job of creating a comparison.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's pretty much the end. Let's take a look at their Instagram. Turning insights into habits that help you live better for longer.
Here's what's confusing.
No way. Bro, are they into the frickin' like blood tests too now?
I don't know.
Proactive health is now more possible than ever with Whoop
Cameron.
Advanced Labs. Test 65 of the most critical biomarkers, layer with them with 100,000 plus Whoop data points, get clinician reviewed results and personalized action plan. Okay. We did an episode forever on companies called Superhuman,
Yes.
like Viome, and what was the other one? I can't remember. But like they were just like blood, like biomarker tests via blood draws and DNA sequencing or whatever. The one thing I love about this though is that Whoop's differentiator, if they were playing a game in that realm, is like you have the wearable to track your personal thing over time. Whereas with like Superhuman, like it's a one and done, like there's no way to actively measure other than just get a blood draw. Whereas with Whoop, you can actually, whoa, Daryl, I did not plan that. I did not know that that's what was going to go be.
That's wild, down. Cameron.
Isn't that crazy?
That's super crazy.
Interesting.
That's pretty smart. Like that would be really cool.
That would be really cool. Move. I dig that.
Yeah.
And the differentiator there.
Yeah. Okay, before you went on that tangent, I was going to say, I feel like they missed on the, like, why didn't you just call yourself an Apple Watch without the face? Like, they didn't, I know they down below a little bit did, but, like, they didn't really, like, put that in your face as much as I would have liked, you know? Like,
right.
The non-technology technology, like the anti-distraction. Like,
right.
I feel like that's such a huge value add here. Like, you just can see it. It's the first thing you see. Oh, that looks like an Apple Watch, but I don't have to see the screen. Like, this just seems so obvious in the images. Why don't you be just as obvious with how you talk about it?
Yeah, you'd assume that most people just have an Apple Watch. You'd assume that like if I was Whoop, I would just assume that people just already have Apple tech, or there's some type of Samsung watch that does pretty much the exact same thing that my thing does. So I'd be interested to know why they didn't go that route and go hard on that route, like you're saying they should. On, hey, it's an Apple Watch. There's all the same health measurements, but like you're not going to be pinged by 25,000 notifications per day.
Yeah, because I look at this, turning insights into habits that help you live better for longer. Apple Watch can say that.
Yes.
Samsung Watch can say that.
Yep.
Garmin Watch can say that.
Yep. Oura ring can say that.
Why are you putting on your main channels something that your competitors can say?
Right.
Why wouldn't the first thing someone sees on your website or on your Instagram or wherever they find you is something that none of them can say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you've done the hard part. You've created something that's different, that has an extra value add for your consumers. And it's not health. It's not health tracking. That's just not what it is. Because the others do that too. That's not your differentiator. It's not having the screen.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I don't know.
And Aura can also do that, but their differentiator is what we were talking about earlier. Where it's they could claim a more accurate measurement if it's true that it's the finger gives you more of a access to like whatever biometrics
Sure.
you're trying to measure.
Yeah.
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 I just always ask myself, like, do customers really shop around across channels, or is one enough? Because if it's but like even then, like they're not. You would just assume that if you had the differentiated value baked in, like these guys do, where they do all that Apple Watch does, but they don't bother you with the notifications. That, like you're saying, they would just say it everywhere. It wouldn't matter. Like even if you weren't planning on your consumers shopping around and like checking out your Instagram and checking out your X account.
Yeah.
That like, why would you even risk it? Just say the same thing everywhere.
Yeah, say the same thing everywhere. Because you don't know where they're going to find you.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. It's not that people shop around and compare channels and follow you on multiple channels.
No.
It's just like you have no idea where they're going to find you.
Yeah, you have no idea where they're going to find you. But then once they do find you, the two places they are going to compare is that with your website.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Right. Like they're going to compare Instagram with your website, or they're going to compare TikTok to your website. Unless you have a TikTok store and they can buy it through there, then your website doesn't matter. But who knows? Like you might as well.
Yeah, no, that's a really, really great point. And to remind people, like the whole point of differentiation is just to find leverage. It's finding some way to get ahead of everyone else, to earn more customers and earn more revenue than everyone else, selling exactly the same thing you are. That's the whole point. Like it's not just to be different for different sake, because that's dumb. That's not useful.
Yeah.
It's the whole point when we say differentiate or die, be different or whatever. It's not like we'd have to say, you just have to be different because that's cool and fun and unique and people get bored. It's it's business strategy. You have to find a way to earn more revenue more quickly or earn more customers or steal customers from someone that already has them so that your business can grow faster and be more sustainable over a longer period of time than your competitors. Like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
And the only way you do that is through differentiated value, flipping, is my product different? Is my sales channel different? Or is my target audience different? Like you have to throw one of those three levers to get that kind of a leveraged advantage in the market. Like we don't just say it for our health. It's like, no, this is business strategy. Like be smart about it.
It's a zero-sum game, right?
Yes.
There are only so many customers out there. Like it's you or your competitor. Like that's just how it is. And one of you is going to come out on top. Yeah.
And whether or not that people are actually comparing you to your competitors, like someone's maybe looking at a Whoop versus an Apple Watch or an Apple Watch versus an Oura Ring, like just say your differentiated value. Because if it's there, chances are you made it to be more enticing than whatever else someone else could find. Someone could find in the market,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's pass judgment.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying... I was really, really disappointed with Aura. Not clear. Undifferent. They're differentiated. I'll give them a star for differentiation. Like they are very different. Consistent. Yeah, I think they were consistent. I don't really remember actually. And then Whoop, differentiated. Yes. Clear. I'm going to give them half a star. I really wish they would have been more in your face, even though they did do much better than Aura did. And then for consistency, they did get a star for that one.
Yeah, I'll definitely differentiated, even just by virtue of one's a wrist band and one's a ring, like totally differentiated. Yeah. But then on top of that, there's other things that they've done that I think are in the differentiation star. Aura doesn't get any clarity points. Were they consistent? I forgot. I don't think so. But So I'm not going to give them a consistency star. So they get 1 star for differentiation. I did think Whoop was a little clearer, so I'll give them a full star. I just like that they said wearable that does X, Y, Z, whatever their H2 says. So I'll give them a star for that. But
I was really hoping that they were going to go down the route of also like we help athletes, kind of like something like that, and they didn't. They didn't further down at all go into that.
They kind of alluded to it.
Which I would have been totally okay with, even though I think the in-your-face thing is totally that there's no watch face, and that's the easy thing to go after. But they could have picked a different message, and that's fine. That's kind of some of the things we maybe will talk about in the future here, is what message actually works.
Stay tuned.
But a little breadcrumb there. But regardless, like they weren't consistent enough on their website to have given them a star for me.
Yeah, no, 100%. Dang. I'd love to talk about why people choose some positions and forego others. Because the one you had is the anti-Apple Watch, the anti-notification one. It's brilliant. It's a good position. I'm not saying it's the right position. You'd have to test that. But if all I had was do the positioning that everyone else was doing and the anti-notification, whatever, anti-Apple Watch one, like I'm going to take that one because it's a little more interesting and probably describes my differentiated value. So I don't know why they would choose the boring baseline one. Is it just because they just think that that's what people are already thinking, and so it's just safer to be in that realm?
I don't know, Cameron. I don't understand it.
I'd love to understand and be in the room.
You're not going to. It's bad. It's not good. And so they just don't understand how to do it correctly. They're just dumb. Just kidding, Cameron.
It's just hard to do it yourself when you are constantly surrounded by your product and you're not walking out and looking at what your customers are looking at. I don't know. But if you are in the health tech industry and you are like Whoop and Oura and you think you have an actual differentiated advantage that you want to communicate more clearly than they do, go to differentiatemybusiness.com. And there's a whole bunch of freebies and goodies there that can help you get started on your own. But when you're ready to go make some actual progress, hit us up, order a message playbook, we'll get you started.